Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Gorgeous Tone Challenge. I'm Heather Broadbent, violinist and instructor at Online Violin Education, where I train violinists all over the world how to improve their technical skill sets for more melodic playing. Yay, day 3. I bet that your tone is just coming along and you've probably made a lot of ahas. So here at day 3, I'd like you to continue along with that exercise that was given to you in day 1. And you'll be on your 3rd different string for your 2 to 5 minute focus. Day 2, we discussed speed, and you've practiced your fast bows, your slow bows, and you've posted in the Facebook study group, how slow is your slow bow? Today we're going to be talking about weight versus pressure. One thing I have to start off with, just to put it out there, never use the word pressure with tone. Ever. It's almost like a bad word. We'll call it the P word. Pressure is something you don't want to ever have on the violin. Ever. We can have weights. We can have relaxed weight, but not pressure. So I'm going to define the difference between the two of weight and pressure. Pressure is when you're pushing. So we'd have... That sounds relatively like that, okay? So anytime you're pushing on the bow to the string, whenever you're pushing, like really pushing, that's pressure, and that is something we want to completely stay away from. Completely. Never have a push or pressure. Now, you can have as much relaxed weight that your dynamic calls for. Okay, so say you have a nice, gorgeous forte sound that you need to project, then you want to put as much relaxed weight into that bow stroke, okay? So it's really important that your river is in operation without any dams, without any blockages, and it comes down into the violin. So you have your river that's starting here from the neck, going through the shoulder, going in through the elbow. Make sure your elbow is nice and relaxed. The wrist is relaxed, the fingers are relaxed. Your violin is actually holding up the bow. And you can pull out a beautiful sound with a relaxed weight. Okay, keep in mind, this frog, this part of the bow is the heaviest part of the bow. The tip is the lightest part of the bow. So when you start off with a relaxed weight, you may have to alleviate some of the relaxed weight in order not to have a crunch. Now, working with so many different violinists and students, when they come to me, sometimes some of them are a little scared of the crunch. And what I mean by crunch is that, okay? They're scared of the crunch. They don't want to have the crunch. They will do everything to avoid having the crunch to the point that they are actually not learning how much relaxed weight they can actually put into the violin, and they end up having a very surfacey sound. We don't want any surfacey sounds. So what I would do, and this is what I'm going to challenge you guys to do, is to actually crunch. We're going to get crunchy, okay? We do want to crunch. What I want you to do is just crunch, but I'm going to give you some instructions on how to crunch. What you want to do is just put your bow up to the string. I'm at the extreme frog. I'm a frog lover. I'm very comfortable at the extreme frog. That's a whole nother topic, but as low as you can in the bow where you feel comfortable, okay? So, and what I want you to do is really feel that your right arm is completely relaxed. Like the violin is really holding up the bow. That means you have to have a very good violin hold here. See how everything works together with the violin? Okay, so you have to have a very good violin hold. You're actually holding up the violin with your jaw and your shoulder, and in turn that violin is holding up your bow and your bow arm. So all that relaxed weight. Now, if I was there in the room with you, I would go like this to your arm to make sure that you're truly relaxed. I would even have my students actually put their relaxed arm into my hand, and you can even do that too. Put your hand out, if you're by yourself, just put your hand out and actually relax your arm into that hand. You're gonna be like, whoa, your arm is really pretty heavy when it's relaxed. That's why weight is a healthier sound than pressure. You have so much wonderful relaxed weight to go into the violin. So think about it. When you sleep, how heavy can you be when you're super relaxed? Even last night when I was sleeping on my right shoulder. I was so relaxed that even my shoulder was sore because I was relaxed into my shoulder. So make sure that you're a nice, heavy, relaxed weight. If you have somebody there with you, or if you're a teacher and you're working with your students, you can go ahead and just do that. Have them relax their arm into your hand. Okay, and then I would take my hand away and I would know if their arm was completely relaxed, because their arm would fall and drop. Otherwise, it would stay up here, and then we know that it's not a relaxed arm. It's got to be a completely relaxed arm. So this is really, really key, a super, super, super big key into pulling out a gorgeous tone. All right, so let's get back to the crunchy exercise. Relaxed arm, and then pull, okay, without alleviating any weight. So when I did that, you hear that? There's a bit of a crunch at the beginning, and I'm not alleviating any weight, I'm just having my relaxed arm and then pull, okay? Now, you want to know where your crunchy is, so you can work from that point, all right? So you can alleviate the weight. So I know where my crunchy is, so then I know exactly how much I need to alleviate to be able to have a good sound, okay? And this sound at the beginning of the stroke, when you do this crunchy exercise, you'll most likely have a pop or a bite, or what I call a consonant sound at the beginning of the stroke, okay? So nice relaxed weight. First start off with the crunchies, find out where the balance point is of alleviating the crunch yet still having a firm tone, okay? So that's relaxed weight. And pressure is when you're just pushing all the time, and that's a horrible, horrific sound. You always want to feel like you're pulling the sound out of the instrument. Pull it out, all right? Really, really pull it out. We can get so much more into detail about this, but we only have so much time in this video for the challenge, and we still have to get to double stops today. So what I find is with double stops, violinists really push, and they think, okay, if I push, I'm going to get 2 strings at once. But it's not about pushing, it's about balance. You want to balance on the 2 strings. Okay? Now, you have to know about the levels in your bow arm in order to balance. So you have to know that, okay, this is my A floor, my D floor, my G floor. Now, if this is new for you about these elbows, you need to check out my elbow elevator video, okay? And I'll leave a link for you for that. So we're on the A and D floor, and it's all about balancing. So for today's exercise, you have the crunchies. I've also given you my composition for your first double stop exercise. Now this is an excellent exercise for newbie double stoppers and also for advanced double stoppers, okay? Just to work on the tone. I'm just gonna play a little bit for you. It's on the D and the A string, okay? And it's all about sustaining a gorgeous tone in the mezzo piano dynamic. Now, with double steps, it's a little bit easier to play forte because if you find that, you might actually be pushing instead of balancing. So that's why it's had a mezzo piano dynamic. Okay, so you'll find in this double stop etude that you're going to also be experimenting with speed and saving the bow, because these are some really, really long whole bows from the frog to the tip. All right, so here we go from the beginning, mezzo piano. And it continues on, okay? So what you want to do is just make sure that you have a beautiful tone and, of course, wonderful intonation, and save and conserve your bow, because there's 11-4. I just finished up the 11-4, so you have to hold it out for a long, long time. So it's an excellent exercise for you to get comfy cozy on double stops on the D and the A string. So enjoy. I can't wait to hear your performance of this double stop etude in the Facebook study group. And also, if you want to give us an example of your crunchies and alleviation, that would be great. So excited to hear you and how your tone is improving. I will see you in day 4, where we're going to actually actually be talking about the left hand. We've been talking about the right so much, and I know that you're going to really enjoy day 4's challenge. See you then. Ciao.